Shipwrecks. There's loot in that plunder, so let's check them out. Hey guys, it's Chad. Today we're taking a look at Shipwrecks, recently added in the update Aquatic 1.13. So there is so much actually to these. There's a lot of detail that I've missed that I found while researching this episode. So let's dive in to Shipwrecks.
So here we are inside of Minecraft, and today I have lots of shipwrecks to cover, every single version of the shipwreck. And we're also going to talk a lot about the loot inside. So shipwrecks use the structure mechanic in order to pull off making a shipwreck. And so you can see all the different types that are in the game. Ignore a bunch of these guys right here. But it starts off with back halves. So this is a back half of the ship. And then each version, so there's a back half, there is a front half, there's a full, and then there is a with mast. So that's with mast. So back half, front, full, and with mast. And each version of those has a right side up, sideways, and upside down. So this is the back half. And then in between all of those, there's also degraded and not degraded, okay? So this is back half, correct side up, not degraded. And then this is back half, right side up, degraded. So you can kind of see that things are a little bit different between the builds. You might notice like these guys right here. There's more on one versus the other. And so things are just a little bit differently placed. Now, one interesting thing that I found out while recording this video is that the blocks that these are made out of are actually not built into the structure block. So I was assuming that when this one was made with oak and then spruce, and this looks like spruce as well. And then these are also spruce. Like I was thinking, okay, so it's mostly made of spruce with some oak accents. Okay, that was just what was built into the structure. But when playing around over here, this is the with mast. I just kept creating the exact same schematic, and it kept giving me different types of wood. In fact, I can do that right now. So we're just going to put down a structure block. We're going to go over to load. We're going to type in this, which is the structure, and we're just going to hit load twice, and it will bring in a new ship. So this one has jungle for most. It looks like spruce as an accent. So we can do this one more time. Let's just go ahead and paste that in there. Load once, load twice. And there we go. We have dark oak as the main and jungle as the accent. So you can see that I'm not changing anything. The actual structure is exactly the same. So if you look at this mast right here, this first mast is a little bit off kilter, and then the next one is to the right, so left and right. Same thing. The build is exactly the same between all of the different, and this one it looks like oh no, those aren't the same. I was thinking that, oh yeah, it is. Is that spruce? Yeah, that's spruce, and that's spruce. So the masts are the same, even though there's no spruce. Anyway, it's really cool. Sorry, I actually thought that the mast was associated with this main color right here, because this looks like dark oak, and this looks like dark oak. This is jungle. And this is jungle, but over here we have, this is spruce. This is also spruce, but, oh, I guess that is spruce. Oh, I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, whoa, trick of the eye. I thought that those were two different blocks. But yeah, so if the outside is spruce, then the logs will also be spruce. So anyway, that's a really, really cool thing, is that the type of block that is associated with the structure is not locked in. So that's why we have all these different colors of wood. So once again, this is the back half. So that's back half degraded. This is sideways back half. Back half sideways degraded. Upside down back half. So let's get a better look at this. Look at that. Very cool. By the way, the back half has a little rudder, which I think is adorable. So upside down and sideways. Looks pretty crazy. Inside of each of these, you can see the different places where chests would be. And then it will tell you kind of some data of what this would be. This is the loot table. So that's a treasure chest. And then over here was a map chest, which is pretty cool. And then, so those are upside down and then upside down degraded. Then we have the front half. So this is the front half here. Sorry about the coughing. You have like a little door here, obviously no back. Front half degraded. Both of these are correct side up, so you can see that the whole front of this is missing. Then you have the sideways and sideways degraded. So the degraded has a lot less on the top, but sideways has a lot more. Upside down. Hello. Sorry that you're so upside down. You crashed really, really bad. And then upside down degraded. Looks pretty cool. I'm kind of looking under here. You just have kind of a different style in between. Like this whole chunk is missing right there. Like there's a big cannonball that blew that out. And then you have the full. This is full, correct side up. So this is a whole ship, which is pretty cool. It is missing the masts at the top. But you can see down here, we got a supply chest. And then over here, you got a map chest, which is pretty cool. And then also, you have 3 chests on this one. Over here, oh, if I can get down, gotta break that to get down. And that is a treasure chest. So that has quite a lot in it. And then degraded, it looks like this whole portion is missing. Really neat. Sideways version and sideways version degraded. And then upside down, and both of them have nice little entrances to get into the build right here. Upside down and then upside down degraded as well. Now that we're not done, because we do also have with mast, because none of these have a mast on top of them. You can also see the relative size with this mast is way larger than the other ones because it's so much taller. All of these are really the same height, so you can kind of see that outline on all of these. They're all just about the same height. Yeah, they're exactly the same height. And then back here, what's interesting is the upside down version of the front half is actually 2 blocks shorter than all the others. So I was trying to get it so that all these backs would line up. That took a little bit of time, but I messed up on the front. So these are actually 2 blocks shorter than all of the other front halves. And then we have the mast and with mast degraded, which is interesting that there's all the structure data for it missing up there, which is kind of cool. So that's really neat. And then also we got to see that all of the different, you know what, I want to test out a theory. And that is, I wonder if the degraded, I'm going to copy that. I'm going to build a few over here. Let me actually grab a structure block. I wonder if the degradation is kind of procedurally generated or if that is built into the structure. Let's find out. Okay, so I have built 3. And it looks like these are all the exact same build. Yeah, you got some missing blocks there. You got some missing blocks there. You got some missing blocks there. Yeah, they're all the same build. Okay, I wanted to see if, like the wood, could switch between all of these. I wondered if the missing blocks could also switch in between. I do know that there is a way to pull that off with the fossils. You know, fossils were missing a whole bunch of blocks, so there is a way to turn that on and off as well. But I think that that's pretty cool so far. So let's talk a little bit about what you can find inside of these chests. The easiest way to show this off is from the Minecraft wiki. And so this is a supply chest. We saw a few of those in there. And this will have some basic leather gear, some pumpkins and TNT, and food. So you could imagine that this is like supply for the crew with food and clothes and even TNT. Next is a treasure chest, which will have some rare minerals, almost as if this was a boat that was moving from one side of the ocean to the other, and this is the booty. And so you got bottles of enchanting in here, which are fun because the only other way that I know to get these in survival is by trading with villagers. So getting bottles of enchanting is always fun because it's a very, very rare item, and you can't craft that in any other way. I think you might also, and let's see, maybe we can Okay, yeah, I just wanted to check my facts. That's the trading is the only way. I was wondering if you could get them from fishing, but you can't. Next is the map chests, and these have a whole bunch of sort of like, you know, map making materials, like feather, almost like it's a ink and quill type of situation. They should have ink in there. That'd be interesting. But the big thing here is the buried treasure map, because the buried treasure map would lead you to find a heart of the sea, which can be crafted into the conduit, which we have a fantastic video on the channel about all the cool things that you can pull off with the conduit. Cool thing about this is if you find a map chest, you are 100% guaranteed to find a buried treasure map, which is pretty darn cool. So those are the loot tables that you can expect to get from within the chests that are in the shipwrecks. And finally, to leave you guys off, I want to mention where these guys spawn. Of course, they spawn in oceans, which is where you would expect them to spawn, but they also spawn on beaches and even in rivers. So you may be walking around in like the middle of nowhere, and then bam, there'll be a boat sitting, a shipwreck sitting in a river, which is pretty interesting to say the least. So these guys spawn basically anywhere that there is a large amount of water, but it doesn't necessarily need to be in a specific type of ocean or even in a very, very deep ocean. It might be, I might spend a little moment to see if I can find a shipwreck that's in a river. I found one. I'm actually very happy that I found one right here. It's next to an ocean. It's close to an ocean. But this is one of the derpiest shipwrecks I have ever seen. This is hilarious. It is built into the side of this mountain. Very, very interesting. Very, very cool. I like it. I like it. This feels like a home. Like you could really make this into quite a home. It's also a shipwreck with a mast, which, you know, given all the different possibilities of a shipwreck that you can find, this is the most impressive because it's the most built out. It's not even the degraded, I should say, version of this build. So really, really cool to find this generated into this mountain right here on a, here, we'll test this out. Ocean, what? This is a biome? This is the ocean biome? Oh, well, here's a river. It's definitely a river and beach. Oh, well, this is not an ocean. This is so tiny. Oh, man. Well, I still think that this generated in a river instead of an ocean. It may have generated in an ocean. It's so close to one. I thought this was for sure a river. But anyway, even if it didn't, that's a pretty derpy situation.
Let me know in the comments down below what was surprising to you. What did you learn this episode? Was it that the chests are specific? Like, you know, if there's a chest that has that little block above it that says map chest, that will be a map chest. That's just it. That is just a map chest. It's not like it rotates out. Or the wood color difference. That was really, really cool. Or the fact that the upside down front part of the ship is like a few blocks shorter. Let me know what you learned in this episode in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching this episode of OMGcraft. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like. It really helps out the channel. Please make sure that you subscribe so that you'll be notified when future videos from OMGcraft come out. And I'll see you next time on OMGcraft. Bye.